Gin Tonics and also came off with a victory. I don't think Francois Weiss is in the court anymore, Pingoy.
No, as a matter of fact, we were trying to check and go to the dugout, but they had closed doors. But we did see him come back during the about last 3 or 2 minutes in the second quarter, and he was heavily bandaged already. Melton, he's got very, very heavy responsibilities on his shoulders.
That's right, Melton. And he just committed a foul there. Only his second personal foul, however. He has to really play hard now. And his teammates must respond. Lazaro, Sanchez, these guys, and the guys like Frankie Lim must come up with the points. Dorsey is really comfortable. 4 straight points for Jackie Dorsey.
Well, if you recall, the first quarter was won by Tanduay Ram. They were on top by 7 points, 29-22. And then, with Weiss having an injured leg, Gilbeys came back and shot 31 points. And Tanduay had 28 at the end of the second quarter. Gutierrez doing a reverse.
There was a collision there between Sanchez and General. No fouls were called. So the play continued with Gutierrez getting the 2 points. Dorsey shooting over Melton again, missing this time. Saldana sleeping tonight for those offensive rebounds.
Oh, yeah. Super move coming from Saldana. As a matter of fact, he skied, kicking from the right and then sailing towards the left. It is a 2-point game being enjoyed by Tanduay Ram. Could be tied. Melton pulling down his 11th rebound, 8-3. Bilbao taking care of the point. Willie Generalao trying to press him. Here is the banger. Sanchez short.
There's a foul there by Saldana, reaching in, trying to get the ball.
Saldana.
It is the third personal foul called against Terry Saldana. On team fouls, only 1 right now for Gilbert Gin Tonics, and 2 called already against Tanduay Ram. Melton.
There's a loose ball foul there on Sanchez, plus a technical foul called against Big Sanchez for uttering some words after the foul was called against him.
Close-up shot of the banger.
Jackie Dorsey
Sanchez
will take the technical free throw, Pingoy, making it.
Jackie Dorsey standing 6'8", weighing 225 pounds. Do you believe that he likes what Joe does, singing, and like you, dancing, and like Bill, reading? How come nobody likes what I like, eating?
There's a loose ball foul there called against Jackie Dorsey. Only his first personal foul. Dorsey's been very offensive-minded tonight. He really wants to make up for the fact that against Toyota he was sitting throughout all the overtimes, and Masi was doing his thing.
These points from Gilbert Gin Tonics, all coming from Jackie Dorsey. Made 6 points. It's a 1-point game. If Masi scores, they'll be in the lead.
Yes. Masi taking it to the hoop. You were saying something, Bill?
Yes, this is the first time in a long time that the Gins took the lead, and like I said earlier, with Francois Weiss out of the game, this puts Gilbeys at a definite advantage. Unless, again, Tanduay can come out with some spectacular plays.
Now, looking over downstairs, Tanduay Ram's Fran Weiss enters the court. Watson scores.
But he seems to be limping a little bit.
Yes.
He's dragging his right foot there.
Yes, it will just be his heart that will play here, his skill. But I tell you, I doubt if he can run.
He is taped just below the knee. Lazaro looses the leather. Here comes Masi on a fast clip. Sidestepping, not getting the basket, takes a hard plunge. Oh, that's a floor burn.
Yes, and Mike Bilbao with a deliberate foul. Yes, let's take a look at that on our slow motion. Because Mike leaned down after Masi went for the layup. Mike went under him. That sent Masi splashing to the floor.
Next thing he knew, he was looking at the roof.
Mike also wanted to really protect himself from the rampaging Lou Masi. We have a timeout. We'll be right back.
Sweet Lou of the spotlight. Coming from Pineville, North Carolina. Graduated from the University of North Carolina, Charlotte.
Same place as Donnie Ray Coons. No? Massey, a second-round draft choice of the Los Angeles Lakers.
He's keeping an eye on Ray Lazaro. Watch this move of Ray. Lazaro good for 8 points now. Had 6 during the first half. Carrying 3 personal fouls. Here is Massey pumping once, going up. Lips out. Terry Saldana in the thick of the fight.
He's like a tiger there.
Yes, Terry is famous for his offensive rebounds. You know, a lot of coaches seem to forget about Terry when they send their big man up there in the slot, you know. But this guy has an uncanny way of squeezing his way in that shaded area, grabbing that offensive rebound and scoring, you know.
They say, you know, that one of the faults of a player in defense is forgetting to box out, you know. But when you're as tall as Terry, you know, and he's going up against a local, and he's lean, no? So it's really very difficult to box out, just like Buck Williams, no?
Yes, Terry jumps very high. I've seen them in practices sometimes. Terry can jump almost as high as Ramon Fernandez, and his timing, which is very important, is almost perfect.
Well, Bill, let me ask you an inside question, because you have many friends, not only players, but also coach officials. What was the philosophy behind Toyota's letting go of Terry Saldana?
Well, the philosophy there, Pingoy, was that Terry is a center, you see. And the Toyota team has too many centers. You have Ramon Fernandez, you have Abe King, who can also play center. You have Ricky Rellosa, Paul Herrera. And what the team needed in Toyota was backcourt men. That's why they traded off Terry Saldana. Otherwise, they would have kept him. You see, Terry is really a center, and he's very effective in the keyhole area. However, from the outside, he's not too effective.
He doesn't really have an outside shot. That's correct.
No.
Well, Terry Saldana is showing and demonstrating his effectivity. Not only does he have 8 points to his credit, but he has also pulled down 8 rebounds for Gilbert and Tonic. That's 5 and 3. Make it now 9, 6 and 3.
Yes, with a defensive rebound, that he jumped almost as high as Jackie Dorsey in that play.
And speaking of Jackie Dorsey, he now has scored his 31st point.
Good fast break play there. Melton may get this back off the glass. Yes, Dorsey going for the steal. Had to sacrifice something there.
Well, Tanduay is only down by 3 at this point. And if they can keep this up and crawl back, it will really be a game.
That's right, you know. It's not an easy picnic for the Gilbeys Tonics.
Now Tanduay is running. There's a 1-on-1 situation.
Oh, Bilbao missed it off the glass.
But don't forget that ever since Wise got hurt with 5 and 40 during the second quarter, the liability is now being carried by Tanduay Ram.
Yes. You can see they're playing faster, they're moving better. Because they have to. You see, it's a case whereby they must take advantage of that advantage, which is mobility, as against the height on the other side.
You know, it's really a game of survival, and self-preservation can really get the adrenaline flowing.
Well, entering the third quarter, Gilbert Gin Tonics was down by 4 points. The half ended 57 for Tanduay Ram, 53 for Gilbert Gin Tonics.
Yes.
Now we have the Minuteman responding.
De La Rosa with his first 2 points, but he can really come in and kill you with his outside shots. He's a very good player, not really being given exposure because of the great play also of Mike Bilbao and Franklin, but when he does come in, he's always prepared.
Time is 6 and 19. It is a 1-point game being enjoyed by Tanduay Ram. It could be changed by Massey, who gets fouled on the act of shooting by Mike Bilbao. That is the 3rd foul on Mike Bilbao, bringing Tanduay Ram to the 7th team foul. They are in team foul trouble.
Generalao is now being replaced by Joseph Herrera. Tanduay, after falling behind by 5 points, now they're back in the lead after a 6-0 blast. Massey can equalize and even give Gilbeys the lead.
You know, Andy, I was surprised to see that Joseph Herrera is seeing action tonight, because last night he was under the weather. As a matter of fact, he was trying to fight a fever.
Well, he has to be called into action. The Gilbeys Gin Tonics have a pretty good balanced lineup except for the guard line. You know, they only have 2 guards legitimate in the sense of as a playmaker. and Joseph Herrera is more as an off guard than a playmaker actually.
Bounce to Dorsey. He sails past Mike Bilbao, who held his ground. 3-on-3 situation. Joseph Herrera covering Mike, going to Ray Lazaro, who spots. Yango, shot block from Massey, but there is body contact.
Foul called against Lou Massey, his second personal foul. 3-point lead for the Gilbeys Gin Tonics.
We'll see if we can get him on camera range, but if not, here's our Did You Know portion. That Raymond Chuck Barreiro of Tanduay Rum is presently the coach of the Arellano University team in the ongoing Philippine Amateur Basketball League. So far, Chuck is doing very well in his first coaching stint. His team having won 2 games in 2 outings.
That's a powerhouse team. You know, the former coach of that was the Cholo Martin, who's now in Bahrain coaching. No, but there's another professional that's coaching. That's Freddy Gonzalez of the San Miguel team, coaching their Magnolia team in the amateur.
Don't look now, but Dorsey has 35 points to his credit, had 23 at the end of the first half. Here is Ray Lazaro. He's looking for space, crowded by Massey, loses control. Joseph will pick it up. He's going on second gear, being flanked by Yango, straight in.
Yes, and a foul from JB Yango. He has a chance for a 3-point play. Herrera using a left-handed layup. Lazaro is now being replaced by Saldi Latosa. There you can see the one-on-one play of Joseph Herrera against JB Yango.
I haven't seen Latosa in the court in a long time, Bill.
Yes, this comes also as a surprise, but I guess Tanduay is trying to conserve as much as they can of their energies, because it's going to tell in the fourth and last quarter, either in fouls or in plays.
Don't forget, join us in our selection, guess, and who knows, your guess may be right on line with our choice as to who will be our Magnolia Ice Cream best player of the game. Your guess might be it, and find out immediately after this game is over.
That was a lucky break there for Tanduay.
Yes. Let's see if they can capitalize on the return play. Melton getting an easy layup.
Latosa seeing to it that he can pass it over to the nearest man, the man nearer the basket. It is a 4-point game, still enjoyed by Gilbeys Gin Tonic, 77-73. Tanduay Rum in team foul trouble. Time is 4:23. We're in the third.
Coach Freddie Webb earlier on your screens, missed shot, but against Aldana with the loose ball recovery.
Last touch, Tanduay, so Gilbeys Gin Tonics will be keeping. And Terry Saldana has already 12 rebounds. As a matter of fact, he has out-rebounded the 2 imports that they have. Dorsey only has 10 and 4 for Massey.
Drive-in play there by Watson. No fouls were called. He was looking for one. Tanduay again.
If they make this, they'll just be down by a basket. They go to JB Yango. De La Rosa snaps one.
Yes.
You know how quick Mike Bilbao passes that ball? You know, it barely touched his fingers, and he was already feeding off to the open man, using his peripheral vision to look for Bert De La Rosa. Oh, tight shot there by Lou Massey.
That was more a magical carpet.
Massey already has 18 points, scoring 10 in the first half of play. Coming on to life here in the third quarter. He knows he has the advantage and he's going to make use of that.
Well, one thing remarkable about Massey is that he's playing 5-on-5. He knows he's got the hot hand. He just wants to play defense because he's going to Jack Dorsey.
Tanduay will keep the ball on that tap out play. 10 seconds left on their shot clock.
On the game clock here in the third quarter, it is 3:17 to go. Tanduay Rum in team foul trouble. They're down by 4. On the shoulder is De La Rosa.
Only 2 seconds left, 1 second left on the shot clock, and he made it again. 6 straight points for himself for Bert De La Rosa.
Resumption of play. Massey fouled Latosa as he was driving from the baseline.
That's the third personal foul now of Magic Massey.
Andy, Bill, I doubt very much, unless it's absolutely necessary, that Fran Wise, because of his pulled muscle, can return to the court.
Yes, you know, he might not have the ability to even run at all.
But, you know, they could put Fran in for decoy purposes. You never know. They can fool the bench by making them believe that the guy is very potent.
But he can come downstairs to defend.
Well, perhaps they'll use him in the dying seconds of the game.
Maybe
you know,
one
and
play.
It could work, yes.
One offensive play.
Well, ever since he got sidelined because of that pulled muscle, Dorsey continues to go to town, 37 points. Melton has to do it.
Hitting the side of the board there. 4-point lead for the Gilbeys Gin Tonics. Saldana scrambling to get the loose ball. Goes to Mike Bilbao.
You know, in spite of the fact that Fran Wise has not seen action, Tanduay Ram is not doing bad. They're just down by 4.
And they have an opportunity to cut it down further to 2. They are playing, they're running, and if Gilbeys doesn't really take advantage of the situation, they might be sorry.
That's very true, you know. That really shows the famous cliche that basketball is still a team game, 5-man game. And our locals, how far they have improved already, Bill.
Definitely, you take the Toyota team. Right now they're playing with only one import at a time. And they have won some games. Of course, it's a tremendous disadvantage, but it's not at all impossible to win with just one American.
Especially if that American is Andy Fields.
Oh, yes.
That's a bad play there. They're trying to go for the fast break. Latosa was not expecting the pass. Mike Bilbao loves to hit Sanchez, Gutierrez, and Yango with those kinds, but maybe Latosa is a little bit cold from the bench. You know?
Andy, for the sake of our PBA fans, just in case they just checked in on Channel 2, what is your big Shakey's one-on-one on Tuesday?
Well, it's going to be Abe King and Arnie Tuadles in the semifinals to be aired after the live telecast of the Great Days Winston game, plus Joseph Herrera Mendoza after the halftime of the delayed telecast of Chris Park Gallery Dominique.
On your screens, we have Watson hitting the deck, taking a plunge. It is a 2-point game. Gilbeys Gin Tonics must not take this game for granted, and Dorsey knows it.
Well, Dorsey is really scoring so well. 39 points now for Jackie Dorsey. There's going to be a warning this time called on the Gilbeys Gin for delaying the ball game.
On the matchup here amongst the locals, Terry Saldana is covering J.D. Yango.
There's a blocking foul by Mike Bilbao, and he threw the ball at the head of Watson. Automatic technical is going to be called against Mike. There's no question about that.
Technical foul, Bilbao.
Well, there was color going between the two of them, especially when Watson took a plunge, and Mike Bilbao is just about burning.
That's right. There we see Mike Bilbao on the screens. He's moving away from Steve Watson. Dorsey missing the technical foul shot, and Mike Bilbao is now being replaced by Frankie Lim.
It is a 4-point game, and now Melton and Watson are exchanging conversation.
Massey pulls them away. There's a little collar. Mike felt that Watson may be been defending a little bit too strongly against him and using some physical force there. A little bit rough in play.
Now let's go back to the business at hand, and that's playing good basketball among the professionals. Low posting is Melton, doesn't get the pass, and De La Rosa is fouled. It is called against Watson. That is his second personal, but his second personal brought Gilbeys Gin Tonics to the 17th foul with 27.5 seconds to go before the end of the third.
I think at this time, Pingoy Watson is beginning to lose his cool, you know, and one little fake of De La Rosa, and up he went, fouled him.
Right now, Turing Valenzuela trying to cool him off, sensing Willie General for Steve Watson, so he and Joseph Herrera will be in the backcourt for the Gilbeys Gin Tonics.
You know, Andy, Bill, if I recall right, ever since Steve Watson joined and became a pro, this is the first time, this is the first evening that he really lost his cool.
Yes, sometimes, Pingoy, when they're up there for those offensive rebounds, and you have 5 or 6 guys there muscling their way in, you can't help but get hit one way or other, unintentionally. And the guy that gets hurt, of course, feels that it was unfair, you know. And so he tries to deliberately He tries to do, rather when he lands on his back, he tries to, he loses his cool.
Well said, Bill. So at the end of 3 points, we'll be right back.